Good morning. I am 5 minutes earlier today. As always, if you're watching in recording, you're welcome to fast forward or stay with us through our hellos. I am going to check the sound now. Good morning. Alright, the sound is good. Good morning, Gina. I hope your internet is back for real. You don't have to do it on your phone. Good morning, Yanni. Yanni and the doggy, Nina. Good morning. Gina, great. So happy to hear your internet is back. Yay. All right, it is time for us to start. And today let's talk about another important topic in the realm of forgiveness. Forgiving our parents. I'll read a whole chapter from Sharon Salzberg's book, Real Love, that is titled All in Family. And then we'll do another formal forgiveness practice around that. Sharon Salzberg writes, in an ideal world, we have warm, loving relationship with our parents or those who raised us. We feel seen, supported, and loved unconditionally by them. As we grow older, they respect our choices and accept us for the people we have become. Yet, for so many of us, our families of origin didn't provide the sort of safe harbors we might fantasize about or hope to create for our own children. So often, we carry the scars of our early experience into adulthood. It took me years of meditation practice to realize that forgiveness would need to play a role in my coming to terms with my childhood. My mother's sudden death when I was 9, My father's disappearance when I was 4, and then his reappearance, brought down by years of mental illness when I was 11. Though neither of my parents deliberately deserted me, nevertheless, I was in effect abandoned by them, and to me, it felt like cruel rejection. My opening to forgiveness first took the form of being able to connect to something bigger. Years into my practice, I was sitting in a retreat, and the despair of my childhood loneliness and fear surged up and filled me. But I sat, trying to accept what I was feeling. And as I did this, I also suddenly knew that no matter what I might have gone through or might yet go through, I was capable of love that was big enough to hold whatever sorrow or brokenness might arise. The poet Rilke wrote, "You must not be frightened. If a sadness rises up before you larger than any you have ever seen, you must think that life has not forgotten you. You must not be frightened. If a sadness rises up before you larger than you have ever seen, you must think that life has not forgotten you." So I was rocked by the sense of not having been forgotten by life itself. From that understanding, I saw so much more deeply that my parents would have done anything to protect me and just couldn't. Sometimes parents or caregivers are unable to protect their children because of ignorance, circumstances, illness, addiction, their own history of abuse, or just really bad luck. But I saw that there is love in this world, not of my making, not of my parents' making, but raw, natural, present love, no matter what. And that's what gave me the strength to not feel so impoverished and to look at my mother and my father not through the lens of abandonment, but with much deeper compassion and forgiveness. So with that in mind, let's do another formal forgiveness practice together. And let's dedicate this one to our parents or formal caregivers. As always, take a comfortable position and take a few moments to settle. Settle into your body, your heart, your mind. Settle into this moment, right here, right now. Allow your breathing to be natural and see if you can get some space in your breathing, some spaciousness. Allowing all the experiences of the present moment to flow through you as energy, without struggle. Now bring to mind your parents or formal caregivers during your childhood years. And begin by silently or out loud reciting phrases of forgiveness for those you have harmed. You can say, "If I have hurt or harmed you knowingly or unknowingly, I ask your forgiveness." Or create your own phrase. As you recite your phrase of forgiveness over and over again, notice what comes up. You may find that offering forgiveness to one person may catalyze memories of another tough situation. So remember, don't push anything away. Whatever comes, send forgiveness that way. And continue with your forgiveness phrases. I'll give you about a minute for that. And now you can begin to offer forgiveness, or at least your intention to forgive, to your parents or caregivers who have harmed you knowingly or unknowingly. If you have hurt or harmed me knowingly or unknowingly, I forgive you. Or use a phrase that resonates better for you today. Once again, as you do it, notice whatever feelings, images, memories bubble up, and simply send forgiveness or your intention to forgive that way. Again, I'll give you about a minute to do this. And finally, turn your attention to forgiving yourself. Forgiving yourself for everything you blame yourself for, whether it's in a relationship, at work, addiction, perfectionism. And remember that if you discovered in the first two parts of this reflection, of this practice, that you are unable to offer forgiveness to those who have harmed you, that's okay. Your intention counts. And this is not the reason to be unkind to yourself. Forgive yourself for being unable to forgive others. It's okay. How human of me. And then recite your forgiveness phrase. For all the ways I have hurt or harmed myself, knowingly or unknowingly, I offer forgiveness. Or you can simply say, I forgive myself, or I forgive you. Once again, I'll give you about a minute to do this on your own. And now place your hands on your heart and thank yourself for this work, for the intention to forgive, or for your ability to offer forgiveness in this moment, for simply doing this practice. Repeat after me silently or out loud. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well in body and mind. May I feel safe, protected, at ease. May I know deep, natural peace. And as you gently let go of your practice, as always, scan your body And notice how you're feeling right now, physically, emotionally, mentally. How are you, really? As you go through your day today, I invite you to continue including this practice of forgiveness into your daily routine, not necessarily as a formal practice, but just whenever you remember something, see if you can offer forgiveness to that situation, to the people in that situation, to yourself. Perhaps simply saying, I forgive you, or simply intending to forgive, knowing that the power of your intention will shift things around for you eventually. Thank you so much for being here today. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow.